Hello. In this video I'm going to talk to you about coloring your dresses. Okay, so you can see that I've created the layout for the dresses and now we're ready to go ahead and fill them with color. When we did the t-shirt exercise, I talked to you about being very careful in how you fill these. I want you to remember that we grouped these, okay? So if I select the whole dress and I put a fill into it, I'm going to be putting it into my gathers and things that I do not want to put it into. So we're going to take a different approach and we're going to do it the same way that we did on the t-shirt. We're going to zoom in. We're going to get our group select. We're going to select the bodice, the midriff by holding shift and clicking, the skirt by holding shift and clicking, and we're going to do that until we have all the components that we want selected for filling our dress. Okay, now you can decide. We do have 2 swatches, so that gives you the opportunity to do a different fabric or a different scale of your pattern in the midriff area or the bodice, you choose. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and choose my swatch that I created, okay, and that shows what it looks like in the dress, okay. So I'm going to choose the midriff and I'm going to recolor it with maybe a solid. I could do maybe a kind of a chocolate brown, would be pretty with that, or I could do kind of the reddish color if I wanted. That looks nice too. I'm not real crazy about having a gradient in there. So I'll probably go ahead and go with the chocolate brown. Okay. All right. So I'm going to also select my swatches and I can eyedrop my pattern. Okay. And I'll go ahead and get the other one and eyedrop the color that I used for the midriff area. Okay. So then I want to get my type tool. So T for type tool. And I can go ahead and say fall leaves, and I can call this one chocolate. Okay, and notice that whatever I typed here remained centered because I was very careful about doing the align center and then aligning it in the last step so that it's perfectly aligned. Okay, and now what I can do is I can go ahead and group select my square here, hold tilde, and I can arrow key the pattern over to where I want it so that it's centered better within my swatch. Okay, I can do the same for the dress. I kind of actually like where it is right now. The only thing I'm going to change though is because the back skirt, it looks like it's continuing with the front, and that's one thing that Illustrator does that sometimes I don't like. So I'm going to group select the back skirt and the back bodice, hold tilde, and I'm just going to adjust it so that the pattern is maybe in a little bit different place so that it's less confusing on the actual garment. Okay, see, now it doesn't look like they're exactly the same. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and group select this next dress. Okay, and I'm going to do the bodice and the skirt. And I'm going to put the same pattern in again, but I'm going to go up to Edit, Edit Colors, Recolor Artwork. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and just click on randomly change color order until I get a combo that I think I like. Okay, that one's kind of nice. Okay, I think I'll go with that. Okay, and it looks like I chose to do the polka dot one that time. Well, that's okay. All right, I'm going to use tilde again, and I'm going to adjust where the pattern is in here because once again you can see that Illustrator's kind of matching the pattern on the 2 garments. So hold tilde, move it over until you get it where you want it. Okay, and I can do the same thing on the front. Oh, okay, I did something there. Hold shift. I think I held tab. Okay, got to pay attention to what you're doing. Okay, gonna move it around a little bit. Okay, I like that. Okay, and now I want to put a color into here. I'm probably going to choose this background color. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to Edit, Edit Colors, and I'm going to recolor the artwork, and then I'm going to find the color that is. The greens are kind of pretty too, but I think the color that I want is this one, and so I'm going to double click on it, and it's going to tell me what the color is. Now notice down here at the bottom there's a code. Okay, I'm going to copy that code, Control C, and I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to hit cancel because I'm not really doing anything there, and I'm going to group select the areas where I want to put the color. Okay, and I'm going to come over to the fill box and double click, and I'm going to enter my code where it says FFFFF. I'm going to paste in there, and I'm going to hit OK, and you can see I was able to apply the color by simply copying it from Edit Colors. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and eyedrop my pattern. I'm going to go ahead and eyedrop my solid, and I will name those. I'll say fall leaves, and I'll call it 2. Okay, and then I'm going to call this one Cocoa. Okay, so I've got 2 variations of my dress. I can do some solids, so I could pick up some of the colors that I had in my original dress. So maybe what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put my original color in again, and I'm going to go to Edit Colors, Recolor Artwork, and I'm going to look at the colors that I have there. I kind of really liked the green that I had here, so maybe I will copy some of these greens. I think I will grab this one. Okay, so I'm going to copy that, and I'll have to come back in and get the other color in a minute. Okay, and I'm going to double click here, and I'm going to apply that color that I really liked. Okay, that looks nice, and I can go ahead and eyedrop that into this one as well. Okay, now I'm going to go back in again. I'm going to select this, and I'm going to put the same fill in again, and I'm going to go to Edit Colors, Recolor Artwork. Now if I wanted to, I could actually double click on all of these and find out what the colors are, and then I wouldn't have to come back in here. It just, you know, it depends on how you want to do it. So if you want to take a minute and write down the multiple colors, you can do that. Okay, so I'm going to double click here, go into my color picker, enter the code again, and hit OK. You may have colors over in your swatches panel that you like, so you could just use those too. Okay, so I'm going to very carefully group select my skirt, hold Shift to add to selection, I for eyedropper, sample my color, and I've got the color combination. I really like that color combination. Okay, and I will color that with the 2 colors, and actually I should do it opposite, I think, so I'm consistent. Okay, and then I can call them, let's see, I'll call this one light olive, and I'll call this one dark olive. Oops. Okay, I'm going to hit Control S to save, because we should do that periodically. Okay, I still need to do 2 more here, so I think I'm going to do another color combination of my print, just because I think that'd be kind of fun to do. I'm going to shift click and add to selection, and I'm going to go ahead and choose the one I want to put in, and I'm going to go to Edit Colors, Recolor Artwork. Okay, whoops. Recolor Artwork. Okay, and I'm going to move this just a little bit out of the way here, and I'm going to go ahead and do my adjustment again and get another combination that I think is kind of pretty. Okay, that one's nice. I think I'll go with that, and I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. I'm probably going to come back in here and get some of these other colors for one more dress. Okay. All right, so I'm going to pick out probably this reddish color to put here, although the green probably would be pretty too. Let's see what that looks like. That's not bad. That one's nice too. Okay, I'll decide on that. I'll think about it for a little bit. So in the meantime, I'll go ahead and put that color in there. And I'm not going to name that one yet because I want to make sure I really like that. Okay, so I'm gonna select, actually I'll select this, and I'm gonna eyedrop this color combination, and I'm gonna go up to edit colors, recolor artwork. Okay, and I'm going to pick this color, and this time I'm going to write down the code. So I'm going to get out my piece of paper here, and I'm going to write down, okay, that code is 8D4130. Okay, I'm going to hit cancel there, and I'm going to pick another color to go with it. So that one's kind of pretty. Let's see what that one looks like. Okay, so B2. 7867, and actually I could just copy that one. Okay, so I'll copy, hit OK, hit cancel because I'm really not changing anything. Okay, so I can go ahead and double click on the color picker, enter my code, hit OK. And I'm not sure if I want it in the body or in the midriff, but I'll try and see what I like here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to group select this midriff, double click the color picker again, and I'm going to enter that other code. So it's 8D4130. Okay, so that's the darker color. Okay, now I'm going to try something else here. I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to do it the opposite to see if I like that as the dress. Ooh, I do. Okay, and so I'll select this midriff and see if I like that. You know, I'm not sure I like that. Maybe I would like black better. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. I think maybe I'll go with that. Okay, so I'm going to select the skirt and the bodice on this one. I'll eyedrop the color. I'm going to select the midriff, eyedrop the black. Okay, so I can go ahead now and finish up. So I'll call this Fall Leaves. Actually, I want to eyedrop first. Getting carried away, aren't I? Okay, so perfect. Okay, and now I'm going to get this one and get the green. Okay, so I'm going to get the type tool, and I'm going to call this Light Olive. And this one I'm going to call Fall Leaves 3. If I had more room, I could describe it more, but I think that's fine. Okay, and this is a rather unusual color, and I'm really not even sure what to call this. Wow. It's almost kind of like a burnt orange, but it's got some red. I'm going to call it burnt orange, and I'm not sure that's the perfect name for it, but I can do a little search too. Sometimes you can search colors and find what a good name is for them. Okay, so I'm going to put my black into there, and I'm going to put my burnt orange into there. Okay, so you can see that I have all of my dresses filled with color, and they're pretty cohesive. I think that they all make a nice grouping for a fall collection of garments. The colors are great, and so I'm pretty happy with this particular grouping of dresses. Okay, so make sure that you have 2 swatches per dress. Do not do 3. Okay, we did not plan for 3, and so you'd have to add another square for each of the dresses, and that's not going to work too well. Okay, you have to plan it earlier before you do it. So only 2 swatches. I want you to use the pattern you created in the stripes, repeats, and solids in at least 3 of the dresses, and then 2 of the others can be solid, or you could put a stripe in from your stripe exercise that you did if you wanted to. So I'm just going to do it for a second here to see if I I could do something like that, but I don't really think the stripe lends itself as well to the dress as the solids do. Okay, and I definitely don't really like it in the skirt because the skirt's kind of curved and the stripes are so straight. There is a tool that we can use as you become more advanced where you can make the pattern follow the skirt garment, but that's not at this point in the learning. So anyways, that's a little bit about how to fill your garments with your pattern that you created, and just a reminder of how you get those patterns, because when you open the dress, you will not see those patterns. You have to go into the Swatch Libraries menu, go to Other Library, and then open your stripes, repeats, and solids. When you do, it'll appear on the page, okay? So it's the same thing as we did in the exercise for the t-shirt, okay? So this is a review just to help you in case you're struggling with it, but you do need to really try to learn this so that you can use it when you're doing other things. Okay, well, I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.